Okay, now you're going to solve equations, but it's not as easy as you think, because when you first look at that, the average person thinks, oh, 12 times x is 25, we'll divide by 12 and have our answer. It's not quite that simple, okay? And by the way, put x equals right here. That's what we're solving for. Because it's not 12x, it's not 12 times x, because x isn't beside the 12, it's to the top right. It's a smaller x, and it's to the top right. What that means is it's 12 to the x power. And what that's essentially asking is how many 12s does it take to multiply to 25? Well, we're going to kind of make this little graphic here where I split the paper into two sides, because there's a first option I want you to try, and if that doesn't work, we're going to go to another option that works every time. So the first thing I want to do is just simply figure out how many 12s it could take to multiply 25. So obviously 1, that isn't equal to 25, times a second 12, times, remember that's what an exponent means, 12 times 12, okay, that is way over 25, so that method does not work. So then what I need to do instead is set up that log that I showed you yesterday, okay? So you make the two parentheses, you're going to put 12, you got to put the base on the bottom, the 12, and 25 on the top, okay? So you take log 25 divided by log 12. Remember how to do that. Watch me in my calculator. Log 25. Close the parentheses before you divide. Log 12. 1.30. Okay? 1.29. If you put 1.29, that's fine. But if there's a 5 or greater, it goes from 29 to a 30. And you're done. Okay? All right, next option. Okay? Remember, it's not 18 times x, it's 18 to the power of x. I put an upside down v to remind myself that it's not times, that it's a power. Okay, so here's what you're trying to figure out. You're trying to figure out how many 18s it takes to multiply to 324. Okay. So, 18, obviously that's not 324. Times 18, well, we need a calculator now. Okay, we have it. It's 324, so we're not going to mess around over here. How many 18s is that? 1, 2. So it'd be 18 to the second power equals 324. It's a nice round number. Okay, my next problem. Again, remember it's 5 to the power of x. So you're trying to figure out how many 5s it would take to multiply to 625. Remember, we got it. That's 25. Okay. 125. We have not gone over 6 to 625, so I keep writing them. We're there. Okay. So I will not be needing this. So how many factors of 5 do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So x is 4. Okay. Next problem. Solving for the x. Okay, so first let's try to multiply 4s till we maybe get a product of 52. So 1, 2, that's 16. What's 4 times 4 times 4? Or 4 to the third power if you want to shorten the what you have to type in. 4 power 3. Okay. Okay, that isn't going to work then because 64 is too high. Okay, so it's somewhere, it's a decimal. So to find the decimal, you have to apply your log over log. So 4 is on the bottom, 52 is on the top. .85, okay, and that's your answer. So if that way doesn't work, you're going to get a decimal, and the decimal you just round it off, but you got to know how to find the decimal. Log over log. Okay, next problem. x equals here. Alright, so again it's 9 to the power of x. So first I'm going to try to multiply 9s till I get to 6,561. That's the way I would think about it first. That's 81, so I keep going. Nope. Times another 9, just hit times 9 again. And that's it. So how many 9s is that? There's 4, okay? So I just put a 4. I don't need to mess around there. Okay, 2 to the power of x equals 36. Okay, so now let's figure out, first step is to figure out how many 2's it would take to multiply to 36. So 1, that's 4, that's 8, that's 16, that's 32, and that's 64, so I'm over. That way does not work, okay? So it's a decimal. So I use my change of base formula. So I put a 2 on the bottom, 36 on the top. So log 36 divided by log 2, 5.17. Okay. All right, example 7. 7 to the power of x equal, remember it's not 7 times x. When that x is up, not beside it, and it's up to the top right hand corner, that means it's a power in mathematics. Okay, so we're trying to get 34. So 1, that's 49, so that isn't going to work. Okay, so then I apply my log divided by log, because it's going to be a decimal at that point. Remember to put 7 on the bottom, 34 on top. .81. Okay, and then the last one. So, first off, let's do the logical thing. Figure out how many 5's it would take to multiply to 125. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if that, because I knew it wasn't 2, because 5 times 5 is 25. Aha, okay, we got it. Don't need that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, pause the video and do the 8 problems there. You're going to have some where the first way works, others where you go over it and have to use the log over log. Okay, now in this assignment, these get a little more complex, okay? You're doing the same thing. You're solving for the x, but it's 3 to the x power. Now you got a little problem, okay? You have a minus 7 with that 3 to the x power. So we have to do the opposite. Before I worry about multiplying a bunch of 3's out, I need to get rid of this minus 7. So I would add 7, and that would be 81, okay? Okay, now I'm ready to go, okay? I would be multiplying 3's out to try to hit 81. So 1, 2, that's 9, that's 27. How about that, okay? Boom, 81. Don't need rest around here. That's 4 3's, so 4. Again, to figure that answer out, you just simply count how many of them there are. Okay, my next problem. Here's one thing you cannot do, because I'm going to see a lot of people doing this when they get to this. 4 times 5 to the x power equals 2,500. A lot of people think, well, I'll take 4 times 5 and make that 20 to the x power. You can't do that. If that has an x power and that one does not, you cannot multiply them. Okay? To multiply them, they would have to be to the same power. This is to the x. This is not to either one. Okay? Now, one thing you might want to do, I don't know, is just parenthesize a 5 to the x. You maybe could have done it here, okay? So you can see outside you got a 4 and it's times, so the opposite of times is going to be to divide. So I'm going to be dividing. So it's 5 to the power of x. I get 625. Now I'm ready to go with this, okay? Equals 625 and the base is 5. 25. Okay, not too few, times another 5. I'm there, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So x is 4, has a value of 4 in that equation. Okay, next problem. Again, 2 to the x power, I'd maybe put that in parentheses, and you have to get rid of the times 3. A lot of people, you don't minus 3. At times 3, you divide by 3. So 2 to the x. 105 divided by 3 is 35. So the base is 2, so 1. Remember, trying to get it equal to 35. 8, 16, 32, and now I'm over, okay? So that way doesn't work. So I go log, log. So 2's on bottom, 35's on top. Okay, 5.13 would be my answer. Okay, again, now it's 6 to the x power. So plus 4 will minus 4. So 32 minus 4 is going to be 28. Sorry, I didn't give you much room here. So equals 28, so 6. That's already too high because 6 times 6 is 36. So we go to the change of base. Log, log. So 6 on bottom. You got to remember to put that on the bottom. The base goes on bottom, 28. So log 28 divided by log 6, 1.86. Okay, my next problem, 4 times 2 to the x power equals 32. So here's x, it's a power, so let's undo the times 4. It's times 4, so we don't need to minus 4. Minus isn't the opposite of times. You need to divide by 4, which gives me 16. Now I'm ready, I know what my base is, I know the product I'm trying to reach is 16. 1, 4, that'd be 8, that'd be 16, okay? So I have my answer, I don't need to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, next one. Got to undo the minus 4 first, so plus, I just did this problem, I'm going to get rid of it, okay? Don't know, I wrote the same one twice on accident. Okay, remember it's 7 to the x power, so like you would with 7x, you got to minus add 8. And that's 343. And now I know exactly the base I'm trying to multiply, and then the product I'm trying to get. So 7 times 7 is 49, so it's not there yet. Okay, 343, so that's 3. 7 to the power of 3 is 343. Okay. All right, next problem. Parenthesize the 2 to the x power, not 2x, 2 to the x power. Then you got times 4, so you need to divide by 4, and that's 4. So now I know exactly how to attack this, okay? Take 2, And there it is, it's 4, so it'd be 2 factors of 2. Okay, remember if that doesn't work, you have to do the log. Remember to put that on bottom and that on top.